was happening. Yeah. The other day, well, it's probably a couple weeks ago, but well, first I was talking to one of my homeboys down in Daytona, and he was talking about how he was telling me how the hood, man, how it looks like The Walking Dead. He says there's like people, man, walking around. And they look all wore down. They look like Skeletor, basically rock monsters everywhere, just creeping around, or at least they look like that's what you would think, type of thing. Like, when you see someone that destitute, you'd obviously, most people's first response was like, they probably did it to themselves. You know what I'm saying? They need to be vaporized. uh I mean, a lot of people would be thinking like, huh? Who, me? I don't think that way. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing, you know what I'm saying? That it's like sometimes, your non-acknowledgement is compliance with evil. You know what I'm saying? And people gotta uh take that into consideration sometimes. Just because you don't acknowledge it doesn't mean it's not there. And the reason why some people get so destitute is because mm, no one cares enough to wonder why. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's in Isaiah. It talks about how come in this land no one even considers the poor, the fatherless, or the widows. They don't even consider them or those in prison anymore. Uh, no one considers why they exist in the first place because if everyone loved each other like you're supposed to, there shouldn't be an abundance of these things around. There should be people in the gap, man, to help. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, then it's like me, man. I mean, life is so messed up now. I mean, I go out in public, I get the creeps. It just feels like I'm being watched by Jade Helm operatives and plain clothes EIEIOs. And I just feel pretty much the creeps everywhere I go. Like someone's watching me, someone's following me. There's some ambush around, some kind of operation. Uh, so I like to avoid uh, contact with these people. I mean, I know that sucks. That sounds like real paranoid, but sometimes, I mean, really, man, if put yourself in my shoes, would you go run to these people, that set you up for an ambush? Would you just go run right out into the ambush like, oh, I'll be protected. I'm special. You know what I'm saying? Or would you do your best to not give them an opportunity when you could, even though uh, they're tricky? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes by doing what you think they would want you to do, you're actually doing what they want you to do. You know what I'm saying? And that it will be to be revealed, as time goes on. But anyway, uh, I went for a ride, man, down Fenton Road, and it was so strange, man, that I seen all these people. It was like there was people out walking down the street everywhere. But I looked at some of these people, and I was like, whoa, man, they look really worn down, man. They look like really worn out. Like this woman, her hair was so messed up that she almost did look like dang, like Clan of the Cave Bear, man. She almost looked like Neanderthal. I mean, I know that's real bad, but I was saying to myself, I'm like, damn, man, the hood is worn out, and I was like, it looks like The Walking Dead. And then I remembered and I recalled what my buddy was telling me about the people down in Daytona, how they be looking all worn out like The Walking Dead, and he's like, it's everywhere. Uh, and according to what I'm seeing here, yeah, man, if you just go the right time and just take a little ride through the hood, and I got to thinking, I'm like, man, these people look like the Jews did in the concentration camp. And I was like, holy shit. I'm like, they got us all afraid of a FEMA camp when in all actuality, we're already in a matrix prison concentration camp scenario. I mean, even where our water is taint here. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, in all actuality, this was probably most likely done intentionally. They want to make it look like it was an accident, but it was one of those accidents on purpose. But we got plausible deniability, or it's incrementally chopped up that, they got a cutout, so the people who really did it made it look like these people did it, and these people blame it on their underlings, and it basically gets pushed down the memory hole who was really responsible after a short amount of time, after some speculation and some intense investigation, because a lot of times they perceive people are going to investigate, so they throw so many convoluted false leads that it'll stretch it out so far that you'll come to this conclusion that'll be so insane that people won't believe it anyway. But yeah, man, that's what I realized, man. It's like, yeah, people are already wearing away like a concentration camp. So maybe that was a trick to make us all get so focused on the future of the FEMA camp that we don't realize we're already in it. And our people are already withering away right around us. But it's been so incremental, frog in the pot, that until some time went by and you look back at it, you see the real damage, man. And the lack of consideration for the true culprits, the true cause. Everyone would like to blame it on the people on the streets. Everyone, basically, it's kind of like the outlook is everyone in the prison did something to deserve to be there. But they never take into consideration that maybe it's not really that way. Maybe there has been manipulation, that the reason no one pleads for these potential innocent people. You know what I'm saying? And that in all actuality, maybe the people in positions of authority maybe a little more guilty than the people on the bottom of the thing. So it's very creepy to see, like, someone's, like, you can tell now, like, look, it's starting to work. It didn't happen overnight. It's been happening for a while now. It's just kind of like now you're starting to see it. Now you're starting to see the bones coming out the ribs. Now you're starting to see the beat up looking, dirty looking people, man, and it's pretty crazy. I don't know if this is happening everywhere, but my buddy said Daytona is going on down there too, and so I imagine, yeah, there's going to be certain places where the real damage is going to show up way early, because it was already hurt here. The economy sucked. So it used to be hidden by the dope game economy. But now, see, that's before the heroin epidemic, and then the drugs were a lot different back in the day that kept the economy going. It was the effects that they had on people weren't as bad, but the stuff they got now is like, it's basically pretty much a death sentence if you get too addicted to the stuff they're pushing, because it's been done by design. The opiates, the heroines, have always been used as weapons of war. See, they're also used in sex trafficking over in Asia. They basically kidnap girls, get them addicted to intravenous heroin, and even if they run away from their pimps, that they start to withdraw, so they got to go back to get another fix, and they got to set up in such a way that it keeps people working for, basically it doesn't matter. Even chicks can work themselves to death, and I mean, it doesn't matter over there. Life is cheap. And it was used by the trading companies to basically rob China back in the day, and then they used it to build the railroads over here, and they took that heroin money and built the colleges, the first colleges. I mean, that's real talk, legit. You can look up that history there. So it's always been used as a weapon to weaken people. They weaken themselves to the point where you don't have to conquer them. They've already been conquered by it's by taking this bait, that by falling for the trap. And sometimes it's like, to put this painkiller in front of someone who is already out of hope, what a trap that is. You know what I'm saying? Because all it does is numb the stuff that's really going on, so it doesn't really help those people that, and they're bringing it from Afghanistan. They got the soldiers, over there protecting the opium. So it's our own people selling it to us here. So it's a weapon of war against us. Uh, another thing, it's like during this time of like World War III, they got all their microscopes turned on us. It's like, why you got all your sources busy focused on your own people when you should really have your assets out there ready to combat the enemies, but you got them all pointed at us. You got them pointed at yourself. So, paranoia destroya. There's a little reminder to the higher ups, but I think they know that, and so then the low downs, man. Yeah, that's should show you the intentions of them people when the bad guys from afar get to they operate with impunity, but us here we can't take a shizzle without setting off some fucking alarm. You know what I'm saying? That we're unaware of or whatever, dude. It's real messed up, man. Everything's all messed up. They got us all looking in the wrong places and then missing the obvious.